5 days in Dubai, how was that for you and the players?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, we got there at the right time, I think, given the weather that we left behind. So yeah, we enjoyed it. We had some good work done. Training ground at the moment here is a little bit compromised by the weather. We're a little bit wet underfoot, so that wasn't obviously the case away. So we've got some good work done. Structured the week to replicate what we would do leading into a game on a Monday night. So we've obviously come back today. That would be a rest day for us anyway. So we've got 2 days leading into the game on Monday. So the structure of our week works for us.
I was looking at the stats from last season when you did a similar thing, I think, did you, at the same time, and you had 4 straight defeats in January last season, and then 1 defeat in 9, and you beat Man United in the process as well.
Yeah, it's something I've done at most clubs. I think.
It works though,
yeah,
those stats.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think most clubs will try and look for natural breaks in the calendar to try and get away. I think we haven't got a midwinter break. I'm an advocate of that. At some point in the future, I think it needs to come in. But in the meantime, when you get the opportunity, you've got to try and get away and refresh. I think everybody, after the period we just went through over Christmas, which really takes a toll on everybody, not only the players and management, but support staff as well. Our medical staff came in every single day over Christmas. Not one of them had a day off. So it's key that they are able to reboot, so to speak, and get ready for the challenges ahead as well as the players.
While you've been away though, the transfer rumours have been flying around, as you might expect. You might be able to ignore them for a week or so. But, and the one that I think will I don't know, maybe concern you but not surprise you is that Bojan's name's being mentioned with some big clubs out there, and rumours while you've been away that Liverpool are interested in him. What message would you have to any suitors that wanted to come calling? A big fee, or just don't bother?
Don't bother. He's done exceptionally well. We knew it'd take a little bit of time for him to get to grips with the Premier League. He's done that, and he's playing well. He's a talented football player, and I think he's proven that in the Premier League. But I've said before, the reason he's with us is because the stage of his career that he was at, given the disappointments that he had, having gone out on loan and been sent out on loan from Barcelona, and the disappointments that he had in terms of his game time and maybe how he was treated in certain situations. I think he's come here and he's really embraced what we're doing, and he's enjoying the environment that we can give him. So I think he's very happy. We have no intention of encouraging any interest in him. He's a big part of what we want to do moving forward. So it's a non-story from my point of view.
You might say the same about this next one as well. Abdul Majid Waris. I'm not sure if I pronounced his surname correctly, but he's from Trabzonspor. Your confused look says no. There are reports in Turkey quite categorically saying that you've beaten Manchester United to his signature, or words to that effect.
I don't think we've done that on too many occasions in the past, beating Man United to a player's signature. So I don't think it's the case though. No, I think that's one that's being thrown out there maybe by agents that are following the boy, but no, there's no interest there.
Okay, thank you. Peter Odom-Wiggy we spoke to while you were away though, and he says he'd like a new contract, but he says he accepts he's got to prove his fitness to you before that can happen. He's 33 now. Do you feel he still can offer the club something at that age, even if he can prove his fitness?
Well, Peter's still doing rehab and he's progressing well. He's probably come to the critical stage of his recovery now. He needs to really work hard, and that's what he's doing with the physios. He needs to really make sure that he comes back at the right level. But when he does, then that's when we'll discuss it. I mean, we need to know that he's fitting well, and he understands that. He understands that he needs to get back to the level that he was producing before you start really discussing further contract extensions. But the way he's progressing and the work he's doing would lead me to believe, and himself as well, that he'll be back bigger and stronger, and hopefully at the same level he was before the injury, because obviously his impact this time last year when he came into the club was huge for us. So we're hoping we're going to get him back at that same level. If he does come back at that level, then I'm sure there'll be discussions.
Rochdale to come on Monday. You knocked out by Chelsea at this stage last year, which is a heck of a difficult tie to get in the fourth round. No disrespect to Rochdale, but this is something of an opportunity, and I think people would look at this football club and say, look, you're not going to win the Premier League in the near future, but maybe you could win a cup, and they've got close before as well. Do you feel this is maybe a year when you could have a good cup run?
Well, that's what our intention is. I think throughout my career as a manager, I've always paid the competition the respect it deserves. I've always gone strong in terms of the selection of teams I've put out against whoever we played. Even in the last round against Wrexham non-league team, we still were very strong. We had something like 10 internationals on the field of play. So we want to progress. We view it as you mentioned, it's a trophy. Realistically, we have an opportunity to win. You need a little bit of luck, which you have to have in terms of opposition and even the games themselves. You can do everything right in sport, and sometimes you hit somebody on the backside and you lose. And that can happen, certainly against lower league opposition. So Rochdale are a good team, doing well at the moment and playing well, and are well thought of at their level. So it's not going to be easy, but we're looking forward to it. It's a competition that we've prioritised this year, that we want to do well in. We had a decent draw in the third round. Fourth round on paper looks a decent draw for us as well, but we have to get the job done, and that's our intention, that's our hope.
Team news, how's Ryan Shawcross? Most important.
Ryan hasn't trained up to this point with the group. He's been with the physios, but came out with us, and we're hopeful that he'll join in with the group tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then certainly Sunday, we feel.
Fair to assume you wouldn't risk him in a cup time?
Well, we'll see. I mean, he wants to play every week, Ryan. He doesn't miss many games, and I'm sure if he's fitting well, then he'll want to be involved. But we'll make a decision near the time. We need to know that he's sound, really, in the next couple of days. If he is, then I can make a judgment based on that.
Anybody else?
Everybody else is okay. Probably the only one is John Walters, who just jarred his back in training yesterday, but he was better today, so we feel he'll be okay to train tomorrow. But everybody else is just what you know. Okay, no problem.
One from me. You don't want to get labelled as a cup team, but do you have the credentials, do you feel? The fact that no one fancy coming to play you here, you've got this pace on the counter-attack, you've had some scalps away from home.
Well,
Shaping up that way?
Yeah, I think we're certainly one of the teams that could have a cup run, and I'm sure a lot of other teams are thinking in the same vein in terms of their potential to progress in the competition. I think we have the potential to go far in the competition. As I said before, we always need a little bit of luck, not only in terms of what happens on the actual given day, but in terms of the draw and what opposition you come up against. If you can get a clear run and miss maybe some of the bigger teams in the competition, you can find yourself in a cup final. So that's our hope. But even so, even if we face strong opposition, I think we've shown this year that we can give a good account of ourselves against almost everybody. So I think people, if they get Stoke City in a cup tie, they'll feel it's not the easiest of draws, and they possibly could have had an easier opponent. So we're fine with that. We think that's correct. But at the end of the day, we need to obviously get the job done against Rochdale, the good team. Home side in the FA Cup, they'll have a lot of support from not only their own fans but neutrals around the country. It's on the TV, so we want to be making headlines for the right reasons on the Tuesday rather than for negative reasons.
How much have you seen of Rochdale?
Not a great deal, to be perfectly honest. I mean, the next couple of days we'll really get down into the detail of what they offer and what strengths and weaknesses they've got, and then we'll get a game plan in terms of what we want to do against any threats that we anticipate they'll have against us. So that's our normal week anyway. The 2 days prior to a game are always when we actually get down to the fine detail of game plans and whatever, and what we intend to do against the opposition. So that process will be the same for Rochdale.
Mark, you've just come back from Dubai, and they've been clearing the snow off the Rochdale ground.
Apparently so,
the next
yeah.
few days acclimatising the players to the conditions?
I think we're used to weather in these parts. It won't take as long to get back to it. Hopefully the service will be okay. Obviously, if it's had snow on for a long time, then it might be affected negatively. But listen, we know we've got to go there and face the conditions and get on with it. And it won't faze us. We've got a good group here that will take the challenge on and make sure we get the job done. I'm sure that they're working exceptionally hard to make sure the service is in a good condition, and it'll be a good game as a consequence.
Apart from a bit of sunburn, nobody's picked up any injuries on their trip?
No, only Johnny Walters, as I mentioned, he just jarred his back, but we think he's going to be okay.
You've never taken, you never managed the side against Rochdale, but you did play against Rochdale. I think it was like 29 years ago. I think you
Did
knocked
I
Rochdale.
thought, I
Do
was
you
trying to
this
remember
one?
if I ever had done, but
Yeah, you,
I have done it.
2-0, Man United. You knocked Rochdale out of the FA Cup.
Oh well.
You even scored.
Did I?
Yes.
What was it like?
No,
I
don't go back
see,
that
you haven't
far.
got all that detail.
Not that long, I'm sorry.
All right, well, I'll have to reacquaint myself with it.
You went
All
to
right.
Stapleton.
Huh? Tapping. I didn't used to have many of them, actually. Yeah. All right. Thanks for that.
You're on a winning streak.
All right. Just telling everybody.